Let's doodle a pumpkin. 'Tis the season, right? Okay, so I got this pumpkin for 89 cents at Trader Joe's, and I was painting pumpkins with my daughter. She's 4, almost 5. We were using these POSCA paint pens, and I wanted so badly to put some doodles and patterns on my pumpkin, and she had other ideas. So we went with spooky goblin face instead. But for this video, I thought I would go ahead and bring my vision to life in my art studio. So I'm just section by section going to take these paint pens, and I'm not using all the colors. I picked 5 colors. I've got 10 sections, so I'm going to repeat each of the colors twice here. And this first step is pretty simple. Just want to get all of these sections fully colored in. I'm going to leave some open space at the bottom so that I can set my pumpkin down without getting paint, and I don't really have the patience to let the whole thing dry. So we're going to leave the underside uncovered. And I've sped this video up from here. I'm going to kind of skip some of the parts to give you the general idea of this, but you could certainly follow along and pause the video if you want to keep on pace with me. More like have me keep on pace with you. But hopefully this gives you a good idea of what the full process was like for me. And my first 2 colors I was just going to go color in section by section next to each other. And I quickly realized that is inconvenient because then my paint blends into each other. So I started doing every other section. And then once those were dry, I went back and filled those in between. Okay, now with a black paint pen, and I'm actually using Sharpie Creative Markers here. It has a slightly finer tip than my black POSCA paint pen has right now. I've used my POSCA pen a lot, so the tip has become a little bit dull. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and draw in my patterns and doodles, as you can see here. This is a great exercise if you are a perfectionist or have a hard time letting go. The bumpy, uneven surface and the curved surface of the pumpkin makes it more difficult to draw straight lines. There might come a little bump out of nowhere that you don't see, and it affects the line or the doodle that you're drawing. And again, I like to do this because I enjoy the process and it's fun. I try to stay away from perfectionism in the first place, but I move quickly. So I'm okay with not straight lines. I'm okay with, little mistakes here and there. I think it adds to the hand painted quality. But just a heads up, if you really like having straight lines and things looking perfect, pumpkins might not be your painting surface of choice, or you might want to slow down. This full process took me just under an hour, and that's again me going pretty quickly. So this particular clip, I did not speed up the video. I'm pretty sure I speed it up in just a second here. Okay, we got 1 section done, 9 to go. I'll be honest, this wasn't as relaxing as my usual art meditations when I do like zentangle doodles and patterns. And I think it's because it required a lot more concentration on not dropping the pumpkin. It was uncomfortable on my fingers. I mean, even here you can see my hand is in a really awkward position. Um, I mean, I still had a lot of fun and tapped into some flow state here and there, but I was a lot more uncomfortable and aware of my discomfort, which you could say is a form of meditation in and of itself. And while it may not have been as relaxing as my doodle time usually is, it was still very satisfying. So, especially when I was finished, to look at the end result, and it was complete and it all came together. I very, very much enjoyed painting my pumpkin. Will I be painting lots of other pumpkins this season? Absolutely not. You know what, though? Who knows? Maybe I will. Maybe I've found my niche and I just don't know it yet. My preference is paper, flat surfaces, but just want to be open and share some of my honest thoughts about this process. Okay, so then I took a white Sharpie Creative Marker. These are acrylic markers, and I'm adding in some white detail. We'll speed this up for you. You'll get the general sense of it. I really like how the white accents, the white details pop. Gives a little more dimension, visual interest, as I've said before. Both of my hands were sore. It's just the way I have to hold the pumpkin and kind of balance the hand that is holding the marker. Had to be positioned and balanced in a strange way. So you might want to just plan on maybe taking some breaks, which would be fine to let the sections of the pumpkin dry anyway. I definitely had a lot of paint smeared on the side of my hands and on my palm. I'm bringing in some gold accents with the POSCA gold paint pen. Okay, now I'm going to take the black POSCA paint pen, and I'm okay that this one has the less fine tip. What I'm doing is just drawing a line down each divot of each section. And just like I do when I do my paper Zen doodles, zentangles. I always say Zen doodle. I like that. I like that word, Zen doodle. Anyway, zentangle. When I do this on paper and I make my mosaic like drawings, I outline all the sections in black. And this just helps kind of cover up any overlapping lines, gives it more of a clean look. I'm taking my more fine-tipped Sharpie and just touching up here. That Posca paint pen didn't get into every divot. So final touch up. Okay, I think we are looking pretty good. Let's take this off the board, get rid of some of that visual noise in the background. And here is our adorable little doodle pumpkin. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Okay, I take it back. I think I have to make thousands more of these. What do you think? I would love to know, have you doodled on a pumpkin before? So cute. There she is. Thanks for watching.